Testing audio. 1, 2, 3, 4. Testing audio. 1, 2, 3, 4. Testing audio. 1, 2, 3, 4. Testing audio. Well, good morning, Sharks fans, and welcome inside the Nepean Sportsplex. We're here on the Steve Yzerman rink getting set for Game 46 of the regular season. Barrie Junior Sharks are facing off the 4th place ranked Nepean Wildcats. This is going to be the toughest of 3 games this weekend. The Sharks are 2 for 2 so far, and they're looking to keep that momentum going as they go into Game 3 on the weekend. Bring you into the rink. Sharks are just getting set to take the ice. There's the buzzer. I remember this rink fondly from playoffs last year. Here come our skaters. Young skater with the flag doing the circle around the ice. So if you're with us last night, you remember that the Sharks came away with a victory against the Ottawa 67s. Victory to go on top of the victory they did on Friday against East Ottawa. So they've gained a much-needed 6 points this weekend, looking for a full 9 if possible. They have now jumped over the Cambridge Rivulets in the standings. So now they're sitting in 8th, just 1 point above the Cambridge Rivulets. So they want to keep in front of them. That will be the game to watch. Unfortunately, that game doesn't get going until after we round up our game here this morning. Cambridge does square off against the East Ottawa Stars. Likely because of those standings, the way they're sitting right now, Cambridge is likely to win against the East Ottawa Stars. But the game still needs to be played. Lots can happen. Other games going on around the league today. Ridley College is facing off against Leaside. Mississauga versus North York. Kingston is host to Blue Water. Central York is hosting Stony Creek. That will be a big matchup. Ottawa Sens versus Burlington. Waterloo versus Oakville. Durham West versus Windsor. And again, that East Ottawa game versus Cambridge. Whitby versus London, and Brampton versus Etobicoke. So a very busy day around U22 Elite, wrapping up the weekend. One more weekend left. Warm-ups just started, about 4.5 minutes remaining. Important to note that these Nepean Wildcats are coming off a big win against those Cambridge Rivulets. That was our game to watch the other night. It was a 6-3 victory. Number 24, Hewson, had a hat trick in that game. Other goal scorers for the Nepean Wildcats was Longo, Kate Veal, and Hollingsworth. So keep those names in your brain as we look at the game here this morning. The Nepean Wildcats did suffer a loss against the Durham West Lightning back on February the 22nd. They couldn't score a goal. They lost 2-0. So they can be beat. And the Barrie Sharks are full in their lineup. There isn't anybody out injured. There isn't anybody out suspended. Everybody is in firing on full thrusters. Kate Stewart was welcomed back to the lineup on Friday, and she made her presence known with a goal in that victory on Friday. Everybody contributed to the win yesterday, even though there were only 3 goals scored. May Severn with 2, Abby Brumwell with 1, but everybody contributed to that game. Getting set for this all-important game here this morning against the Nepean Wildcats. Now, the last time these two teams faced off was back in November, and it was a 3-2 victory for the Nepean Wildcats. Excuse me, a 3-2 victory. It was 2-1 for the Sharks going into that third period, and they couldn't hold on to it, and the Nepean Wildcats got one to tie it up, and then one late to ensure themselves a win in that game. So this game is going to be tight. This game is going to be physical. This game is going to be hard fought, folks. So I hope you've got, if not popcorn this morning, hopefully you've got something else to substitute, but get your coffee ready. This one's going to be fun. 2.5 minutes remaining in warm-up, and then we'll get set for our player introductions and our national anthem. Once again, my name is Cheryl Gerway. Thank you so much for joining me here this morning as well as all weekend. I've had a great time here in Ottawa with this crew. Wonderful bunch of girls, wonderful bunch of coaches, and I'm so happy to have made the trip with them this weekend. Looking forward to getting back in the Shark Tank next Saturday and Sunday. Those 2 games are against Ridley College and Burlington, who they're still fighting for in the standings, so it could come down to the very last game as to where they place themselves, but those two games are going to be fun. March 7th is going to be their Billet Appreciation Night, and March 8th is going to be their senior celebration game. So I hope you can join us live for that in the Shark Tank. If not, join me right here and I'll have all the action for you. Just over a minute and a half remaining in warm-up, and I'll get set to call one more game. Thank you so much for joining us, folks. Stand by. Everybody say hi. Been a great contingency of Sharks fans here this weekend cheering on their players. It's been awesome to talk to them. One minute remaining. Stand by. Starting lineup for the Barrie Sharks. Number 11, Piper 7. Number 12, Mally Winter. Number 29, Jenny Keller. Number 44, Kathleen Dion. And number 91, Elda Silva. And starting in net today, number 74, Ava Zador. Now the starting lineup for the Nepean Junior Wildcats. Number 11, Avery Jones. Number 94, Jordan Mulvihill. Number 18, Sydney Zuniga. Number 90, Alessia Longo. Number 28, Dominic Ryu, starting in net. And on defense, number 29, Noella Gibbs.
And the rest of the Nepean Wildcats.
National anthem.
Please run for able to remember how started playing on both Canada.
All right, we're set here for one final matchup in the nation's capital, this time versus the Nepean Wildcats. This one's going to be fun, folks. This is the one that's been circled for this weekend. East Ottawa and the Ottawa 67s were hard fought and won. This one's going to be a tough one as well. Sharks want to go home with 9 points. So send the good Shark vibes this way, Sharks fans. And we'll get set for puck drop. On the face-off, it's going to be Mally Winter versus Longo. We're set. Here we go. Game 46 is underway. The Wildcats will claim control of that puck quickly. Mulvihill trying to move in for the attack, but the Sharks do pick up that puck, take control on their own end. Jenny Keller behind the goal line. Wants to move it in front. Mulvihill getting in the way. Down the far side. And back into neutral territory. Down low. Nepean reclaiming that puck. Will dump it back down in. That's Longo. Putting the puck back into play. Zador will leave it for her defense. Dion. Back over to Jenny Keller. Keller has the puck stolen away. Nepean Wildcats on the hunt. Right into the slot area. Meant for Kate Veal, but that was intercepted. Quickly picked up by the Sharks, and they will dump it down into the Nepean end. Kate Veal setting it back behind her goaltender. Coming down low. Veal chasing after it as she comes into the zone. Donaldson trying to hold off on the line. She'll chase after it in the far side corner, being chased by Sadie France. Picked up by her teammate right behind her. Sharks do get it out to the neutral zone. All the way back into Nepean Wildcat territory for Brianna Bray. Quick up. Backhand. That's Houston looking for a backhand goal. She had 3 in yesterday's contest. Cutting towards the middle, picked up by Taya Wallace. She'll put it ahead of Abby Bromwell. She'll come in with a bit of a head of a steam and get a shot in quickly on Ryu. Trips over Ryu. Looks like she's okay though. Play continues now in the Nepean Wildcat end. Just about 2 minutes into this contest, Sharks are going to have an opportunity in the offensive zone. Sam Larman trying to steal the puck away from her rival. Severn now looking for McKay in front, and that nearly connected. It went past her and all the way down. Icing waved off. Cosgrave turns around quickly, gets it out to the neutral zone, but it's picked up by the Wildcats. At the Wildcat blue line, sending it forward. It's Hollingsworth trying to hold on to that puck. It'll trickle in under Zador, and we'll have our first stoppage in play with 17:49 remaining in the first period. Quick action, but a little bit cautious for both teams. They both want to take away 3 points, so they're going to be sure of their passes. Face off to the left is Zador between Lormond and Longo. It's won by the Sharks. Quick pass over. Sending it forward for Sam Lorman. By everybody, we'll have another icing call. Longo on the draw again. Versus Lormond. Run by the Wildcats to the far side. Shot through, glove down by Zador. A shot made by Zuniga, I believe, at the blue line. Got that mesh in front of me again, so it's distorting the numbers a little bit on the back of the jerseys. Face off to the right of Zador. Again, won by the Wildcats. Right to Longo. Didn't have her stick in the right position, so she couldn't tip it in. Another shot in and a blocker save by Zador. That made by Jones. Another quick shot in and another pad save by Zador as the shots keep coming in the Barrie Sharks' end. Right out in front, Sharks grab a hold of it, but right to Jones at the blue line. She'll fire it over to her D partner. Back to Jones up front. Shot through, that's blocked. Looked by her own player. Jones re-grabs it and sends it around the boards back behind the goal. Dion trying to get her stick on it and clear it out. Reclaimed by the Wildcats as they cycle that puck around. Back to Jones at the blue line. At the point, through, just misses. That shot made by Kylie Hollingsworth. Sharks clear the zone. Fast action here in the offensive zone for Nepean. puck stolen away by Kate Stewart. Looking for Keller. She finds it at the blue line, cuts in, shot in, blocker saved by Ryu, and she gloves that down as it bounces right back out to her. Shots on goal are already 4-2 as registered on the shot clock here in the building. Nepean clears it out. It's going to be a foot race. Looks like Houston's going to get to it first, but Meta will steal that puck away and sending it to the far side. Meta hitting the brakes, chases after it into the corner. To Keller. They'll battle for it here on the near side boards. Nepean chipping away at it. Back out to Donaldson. She sends it past Bray and into the corner. Sharks still fighting for it. Gabby Willard pushed into the boards. Teammates coming in to give her a hand and put that puck back down in the near side corner. Meta trying to slide it forward past the Wildcats. Rio Francis can't hold the line. Comes in the neutral zone and back comes in Jenny Keller. She'll head off to the bench. Elda Silva still on the ice by herself. Here comes Sadie France. Battle for that puck right in front of the Nepean bench. She'll come back out to the neutral zone. Down to Charette. Slow pass. She'll lift it and send it to the nearest far side corner. Ryu will leave it. Couple of falling Wildcats in the corner. Sadie France digging away at it, trying to clear it out in front. Taya Wallace waiting for a pass. She's not going to get it. It's going to go up and out of play into the Nepean Wildcat bench. First 5 minutes is nearly expired. Shots on goal still reading 4-2. No score. Face off between McMullen and Sadie France. It's won by the Wildcats. Mulvihill sending it down into the near side corner. Back to the far side behind the net. Pass up to Kylie Hollingsworth. It skips over her stick, so she'll chase after it in the near side corner, but it's going to get picked up by Adriel Charette for the Barrie Sharks. Cosgrave getting rid of it quickly, and that should be an icing call against the Barrie Sharks, and it is. Quick pace to begin this game. Speeding up as it goes along. I do expect this one to be a tight matchup. Stolen away at the blue line by Taya Wallace. She pushes it forward. Sadie France coming in to back her up. She puts it out in front. Sadie France puts it in on net, but it misses on the near side. Just hits the goalpost and bounces to the corner. To the neutral zone. McMullen trying to bring it in. Sharks keeping it out. Kylie Hollingsworth chipping it fast to defense. She'll come and put a shot in. That's another great save by Zador. 7 picking up and rounding it down the backside. Sharks want to get rid of it. Seems to be Wildcats in the way. Back out to the blue line as the Wildcats cut in. They'll send it behind the goal. 7. Finding Severn. Severn sending it through, but right onto a Wildcat stick, and Kate Veal. Can Severn hold off the Wildcat behind her? That's Longo. Teammate coming in to give her a hand as they battle for that puck in the near side. Moving into the corner. Rio Francis trying to push it towards the net, as is Zamiga. Over the far side. Looking to move it out. Here's May Severn. She's got to get by Francis, though. She does. With a poke in front. Puts it in, but misses just over the crossbar. Great play, though, to get around Francis. Play continues through the neutral zone. Gibbs got it out quickly, but the Sharks put it right back in. Zamiga to the far side. So wait, chip it past the boards. Over to O'Connor. O'Connor chasing after it, trying to force it towards the slot. She does. Moved off by Simone Swanson. Great play by Simone Swanson, but the Wildcats still have possession. This is Isabel Donaldson, excuse me. To the point. Bray at her stick lifted, but the puck's going to trickle into Sador, and we'll have a face-off here with 12:41 remaining in the first period. Shots on goal now reading 6-4. in favor of the Wildcats. This one's going to be tight, folks. I feel like I'm going to be on a broken record here, but I can't stress it enough how tight this game is going to be. Sharks have to play to their potential, which we know they have after witnessing some great games here the last 2 nights. Bray weaving around Alda Silva, sending it up. In come the Wildcats out in front. Shot saved by Zador. That shot made by Houston. Wildcats pick it up again and hold on to it. Back behind the net. Now back in the neutral zone for Kate Veal. Jones waits, sends it forward, skips off of Houston's stick. Sharks put it back in play in the Nepean end. That'll go the distance. That should be icing, and it is. Now a face-off back in the Nepean end. Sadie France to take the draw. Won by the Wildcats. Out to Dion, but over to her stick, so she'll have to go back and get it in her own end. Zador thought about coming up, but Dion got there back there fast enough. Up to Taylor Wallace. She immediately gets rid of it to Abby Brumwell. Brumwell cutting in, makes a shot in, and Ryu with a save. Sharks putting pucks in on net, working around all the black and getting shots in. It's great. Got to put pucks on net to get them in the goal. Sam Lorman on the draw for the Sharks this time. Again, won by the Wildcats. Francis putting it back behind. Ring it around the boards. Sharks hang on. This is May Severin. Trickles towards the net so the Wildcats can get rid of it fairly easily, and here they come. Severin stops that, but the Wildcats do enter the zone, and the first penalty is coming against the Sharks. It's going to be a tripping call, I believe. Yes, it is. It's going against Piper Severin, so the Wildcats are going to get the first chance on the player advantage. Norman takes the draw. Willard goes into the boards, but she pokes the stick out of the way. She finds it again, brings it around the near side corner. Taya Wallace trying to get rid of it, and she will get it to neutral. She's going to carry it out, hands it over to Sam Lorman. Sharks coming in short-handed. Shot in, misses on the near side. Wildcats coming back in. Here's Bray entering the zone. Sends it over and right back to her. Mulvihill setting up at the point. Puck does go to the far side, though. Here's Bray again, changing places, cutting through. Looking for Longo. It's going to get picked up by Taya Wallace, and the Sharks will get rid of it. Mulvihill finding it behind the net, where Ryu leaves it for her. Coming down low to Jones. Jones to O'Connor. O'Connor will chase after it, but Advil Charette gets to it first. She's going to want to hold on to that puck as long as possible. She's pinning it against the boards. 3 black sweaters behind her. In comes Mally Winter to give her a hand. Puck does squeak loose. Cosgrave coming in to ward off the offense. Nepean riding the blue line. Just past Kate Veal. Houston looking. Will she go behind or up top? She'll go to the point. Back to Houston. Through traffic. Saved by Zador. Rebound available. Sharks get it out, but it's reclaimed by the Wildcats quickly. Back to Kate Veal at the blue line. And it's going to get called as the puck just skipped out briefly. It's 20 seconds here remaining on the power play. Nepean's had some great chances, but the puck has popped out, so they'll have to re-coordinate before re-entering the Sharks' end. They have it after the draw. Veal to the far side. In comes Taya Wallace to steal the puck. But it's going to come back. to the Wildcats, and they'll sit into the Shark zone. Meta finds that puck. Gets it back to neutral, and that should just about extinguish the penalty. Yep, penalty over, back to 5-on-5. So 0 for 1 on the power play for the Wildcats. Hewson coming back in the zone. Leaves the puck for Kate Stewart, so the Sharks will reclaim that puck over to Harbeck. Harbeck's had a great weekend. That's going to get called on the offside. 3-3 weekends can be exhausting, but it gives the players an opportunity to build on things they're learning game after game, rather than learning in a game and then waiting to put it back into practice. So the third game of the 3-3 could work out rather well for some teams, rather than it being exhausting. Shots on goal now reading 8-5, still in favor of the Wildcats. Have a quick face-off here in the Nepean net. Stewart trying to fight for that puck. It's going to go to the far side for the Wildcats. Charette holding on. Down low for Kate Stewart. Stewart trying to put it out in front for Harbeck. She connects, but it bounces to the near side corner. Harbeck working really hard at standing in front of the net, looking for passes. Now behind the goal line for Rio Francis. She sends it to the neutral zone. Sharks take over. Harbeck trying to move it forward. It's on to Mally Winter, but Mulvihill gets that puck first and sends it down to Jones. Jones, quick up. Gardner can't hold on to it. Sharks trying to clear the zone, and they do. Keller with the puck. She'll come in, trying to cut to the middle, and she does, but she loses the edge on the puck. Picked up by Avery Jones. Off the far side boards, past the Sharks defense, and that is going to be an icing call against the Nepean Wildcats. Loving the action so far. Can't wait to see a puck go in the net, preferably behind the Nepean goaltender. Yes, I am biased, but this is the Sharks YouTube channel, and I'm allowed to do that. I do try to call the games as unbiasedly as possible, but I do have a soft spot here for these Sharks, as this is the Sharks YouTube channel. Far side. Mulvihill trying to work it free. It does get to the blue line. Sharks hang on. Mulvihill down for Jones. Jones back to Mulvihill on the far side. She'll lift it this time, looking for Brianna Bray, but it bounces on to Kathleen Dion. She'll get rid of it quickly. Sadie France trying to collect that puck as the Sharks enter the zone, but it's going to come back out to neutral. Here comes Kylie Hollingsworth with a head of steam. Shoots. Rebound available. Great save there by Zadora point blank. And here's Dion back the other way. She's going to hold on to that puck, and she's pushed off of it. No call coming on the play. Great job by Dion to get it back down into the Nepean end. Kathleen does not have a goal this season yet. A lot of assists, but not a goal yet. Larman coming across the blue line. Looking for Severn. That's going to get picked off by the Nepean Wildcats. Here comes O'Connor down the near side. Looking for who's in front. It's Hollingsworth waiting for a pass. It's intercepted by the Sharks, and here's Captain Severn. Maddie McKay, she's had a great weekend. Down the far side. Larman trying to get that puck on the near side corner. She's pushed in, and that is going to draw a penalty. It's going to be boarding or cross-check. It's going to be boarding. So with 6:15 remaining in the first period, the Barrie Sharks are going to have their first chance at a power play. It's going against Rio Francis. Again for boarding. Face off to the right of Ryu. Sadie France to take the draw. Sharks got to get possession of that puck quickly, and they do. It's Wallace. Sharks get set up for the power play. Wallace to the far side. That's tipped. Keller settles it down. It'll squeak out of the zone past Sonia Meta, and a shorthanded chance here by Houston. No, Meta ties her up. Jenny Keller coming back the other way. Off to Wallace. Right back to Keller with a great shot in. And a great save by Ryu. What a great give and go on that passing sequence. Wow. Brumwell to Keller. Keller. Meta at the point. Through traffic. Misses on the far side. Nepean gets a hold of it, but not out. Sadie France making a turn. She'll cut through, making a shot, and she scores! Barrie Sharks draw first blood on the power play. Goal by Sadie France. Notching her 10th goal. She hits double digits. That's the start that Coach Eldridge wanted. Let's see how quickly the Nepean Wildcats will draw an equalizer. Hopefully not. See if Sharks can hang on to this 1-0 lead through the end of the first period. Brumwell and Keller with the assist on that goal for Sadie France. Wonderful power play goal. Back in the neutral zone from Allie Winter. Winter making a turn, looking to head it off. Hand it off to McKay, but she doesn't see it. Back in the PN defense. Up for Zuniga. Zuniga hands it off to Longo. She'll come in and make a shot. Zador with the save. Rebound misses on the near side. Sharks holding onto the puck in their own end. In comes the Wildcats to hold the blue line. Cutting through. Shot misses over the crossbar. Looking to put out in front. Shot scores. Right for the corner. Mulvihill came in with a head of steam, and just like that, we are tied up at 1. You almost knew it wouldn't be too long. Still 4:22 remaining in the first period, and we've got a game here, folks. Malia McMullen with the assist on that goal. She came in right from the corner and handed it right off to Mulvihill right in the slot. It was a beautiful pass. Back into the P and end. Shots on goal now reading 12-7 in favor of the Wildcats. Sharks just got to keep doing what they're doing. Dion sending it to Winter. Back out to the point and just past the near side post. Shot made by Piper 7. Looking for a backhand as Winter. Saved by Ryu. Puck still loose. What a great heads-up play by Winter. Just didn't find the back of the net. Wildcats taking over. Quick up to Bray. Bray using her hips. Dion to Keller. Up into the neutral zone. Here comes O'Connor now. Looking for somebody to pass to right out in front. That nearly connected for a deflection, but it goes into the far side corner. O'Connor making a turn. Nepean cycling around. Looking to get a free lane towards the door. Right out in front for Jones. She'll fire through traffic, and that's a save! Oh, no! Zador reached back just in time to watch it trickle past the goal line. And the Wildcats score an unreal goal here past the door. She had it. This game's going to have a little bit of everything, I fear. 2-1 now in favor of the Wildcats. O'Connor with the goal.
Assist by number 11, Avery Jones.
That's O'Connor's 6th goal of the season. Wildcats are not going to go down easy. Sharks got to keep fighting. Avery Jones again from the point. Houston sending it over to Mulvihill. Mulvihill looking to shoot it through traffic. Sharks will claim that puck behind their own net. Teo Wallace shooting it up to Brumwell. Brumwell to France. They'll come in, but they come in offside. Sam Larmond on the draw. Wildcats win it. Zamiga sending it into the near side corner. Zador will leave it for Cosgrave. Cosgrave coming in, trying to move it forward to Maddie McKay. Back to Cosgrave. Cosgrave sends it down to the near side boards for Severin. She chips it past the boards. And they re-enter the zone. Wildcats get rid of it immediately. Donaldson sending it out. May Severin trying to bring it back in and towards the net. McKay backhands it down into the corner. Looking to trickle it out in front, but it finds Amiga. Not a shark stick. Back to Piper 7. 90 seconds remaining in the first period. Here's Sam Lorman again, coming down the near side. Puck will come up. Seven holds the line, sends it towards the net. Ryu's going to leave it for the defense. Jones being bothered by Kaya Harback. She loses an edge. Puck stays in an Nepean Wildcat end, though, as Kate Stewart comes in. That line of Kate Stewart and Kaya Harback and Swanson have been dynamic here this weekend. Last minute of play here in the first period. Kylie Hollingsworth coming in the zone, handing it off. Couldn't get the shot off. Sharks keeping that puck to the outside. They'll double back into their own end. Stewart coming in to see if she can't steal the puck away. The Wildcats do get it out. Gardner handing it off to Kylie Hollingsworth, who shoots it in right past the near side post and around the backside. Here's Sonia Mehta. 20 seconds remaining. One chance here. One final chance for the Sharks. An offensive, but it's going to hit the mesh. Face off right in front of the Barrie bench, just outside the Sharks zone. Winter on the draw. Versus O'Connor, that recent goal scorer. Wildcats have the puck. 10 more seconds left. It's going to trickle down to Sador, and she's going to cover that one up for a face-off. So it's been a busy first period. Shots on goal are 14-10. 2-1 in favor of the Wildcats. Sharks got a power play goal, and the Wildcats came right back with two unanswered. Got 5 more seconds left here, and we'll take a break. Quick shot in by Rio Francis. That rolls just over the shoulder of Zador, and that's where we will end this first period. After 20 minutes, again, shots on goal 14-10 in favor of the Wildcats. And the score is 2-1. There won't be too many out-of-town scores to check in on as they're all just getting started, but I will check the score sheet for this game as it's uploaded, and I'll make sure I get all the statistics and come right back here for the second period. Hey there, everybody. Welcome back in to the Nepean Sportsplex. Just under 2 minutes to go here in the intermission. We'll get set for period number 2, and what a period number 1 it was. Bring it back in here to the rink. It's currently 2-1 in favor of the Nepean Wildcats. I had a look around the league, and there's no score anywhere. 0-0 tie between Mississauga and North York. 0-0 tie between Kingston and Blue Water. Nothing else happening. Just a recap here for the first period, though. The opening goal was by Barrie. It was a power play goal by Sadie France with the assist from Bromwell and Jenny Keller. Excuse me, got the girls hitting ice here. Nepean answered right back within a minute. It was Mulvihill from McMullen and Gardner. And then that nasty one that got underneath Ava's door and just trickled past the goal line to make it 2-1. And this is where we stand. There have been a couple of power plays, one on each side. And again, the shots on goal are 14-10 in favor of the Wildcats. So this one, again, like I keep saying, it's going to be a hard-fought one, but the Sharks are in it. They're making some great passes and some great plays, and I think that period number 2 is going to be their period. I'm going to think positive. Final 35 seconds and we'll get set for period number 2. It's a beautiful day here in Ottawa. It's a beautiful sunshine, but it is cold. About a 20-degree difference from yesterday. Instead of 5 above, it's 15 below. But it's a beautiful scenery out there with the sunshine and the blue sky. Spring is coming, though. Final 10 seconds. Looks like we have De Silva, Winter, and Keller to start the second. We're underway. Zamiga trying to force that puck into the Barrie end. It's going to come to Piper 7. She'll send it through all the way down. That should be icing. No? Nope, not icing. Wildcats pick it up behind their own net. And they'll steer it out. That will come out to back to Piper 7. Zamiga trying to steal that puck away and lift the puck. She goes flying. Piper 7 goes flying into the boards. Looks like she's okay, though. The puck will come all the way down. Again, no icing. Right to Sadie France, trying to cut to the middle. Looking for Keller. It's going to land on Houston instead, so she's going to gather that puck. Move it out. Looking for Bray in front, but it comes right on to Sonia Meta. Over the far side and past Piper 7 as she heads to the bench. Sadie France to the middle. Bromwell can't hang on to it. Wildcats are going to skate it out. That's Houston poking it through. Bray trying to fight for that puck beside Gabby Willie. France now to Bromwell. Out in front. Sharks clear the zone. France looking to get it out and into the zone. Right onto a Wildcat stick. Bray trying to hand it off. Fight for that puck in the neutral zone, and the Wildcats will re-enter the Sharks' end. Immediate turnaround for Sonia Meta. Collected right back by Brianna Bray and back into the Sharks' end. Quick pace here to start the second. No shots on goal, still reading 14-10. Sharks trying to clear the zone. Puck poked away off the stick of Sadie France. They'll try that again. That'll come out now. Kate Veal taking it behind her own net. Out to McMullen, and she hands it quickly up to Hollingsworth. Hollingsworth looking for a friendly stick at the point. Stick goes flying instead as they battle for it. McKay trying to find it. McKay's got the stick. The Wildcat doesn't. Severed entering the zone. Wildcats are going to find it in the far side corner. Wildcats will skate it through. Looking for Gardner. Back to Jordan Mulvihill on her own end. McKay giving her chase, so they'll come to the near side corner. Trip off the boards of right to Annabella Cosgrave. She puts it back in play in the Wildcat end. Ryu leaving it for Mulvihill. Mulvihill sending it quickly forward to McMullen. She'll carry it in, trying to deke around. Cosgrave. Puck will sit there for a second. Back to Kaya Harbeck. Harbeck sliding it over to Kate Stewart. So it's the Stewart, Swanson, Harbeck line back on the job. putting it through. Looking to find Charette out in front. Sharks battling for that puck to keep it in that end, but can't do it. Dion looking to feed off to Stewart. Stewart's going to give it chase. Swanson trying to hold off as well. The Wildcats are going to clear it. Dion trying to get past Zamiga. Zamiga gets past her instead, but the puck's going to trickle back to neutral zone. And here's Mally Winter. She's got a little space. She'll cut in, backhand, and that's gloved down quickly by Ryu. Face off to the left of Ryu. Puck sits there for a second, but the Wildcats are going to grab it. Sharks try to hold the line. Keller trying to hold on to that puck. Back to Winter. Winter looking for Keller again. It finds Longo. Longo gets it back to the neutral zone. Here's Zamiga. She's got Cadefield with her. Passes it off. Goes to the far side corner. Steered aside by the Sharks. Here's an opportunity here by Elda Silva. Shot through, misses on the far side post. Not by much though. Great effort for De Silva to get there. Sharks coming out here with a bit more determination here in the second. Bray turning it around to the far side for Houston. Houston sending it through. That misses on the near side post, but barely. Out the other side, and now Teo Wallace has got an opportunity. Ryu gets to that puck first though. Sends it to the neutral zone. Dion trying to hand it off to Wallace. Donaldson trying to put it back the other way. It comes back to the Nepean defense. Out of breath here in the second period. 5 minutes in. Dion around the boards to Abby Brumwell trying to clear the zone. It sits there for a second. Following it up is Dion. Back to Sonia Meta. Meta sending it through looking for Wallace. Finds her. Brumwell coming in. She makes a shot in on net and a save by Ryu. Puck still loose. Nepean finds it. They will gather it up and clear the zone. They do Kimon onside. Zamiga. That's steered to the far side. Looking to get it in the slot area. Sharks find it and get it to the neutral zone. Back from Overhill. Here's Gartner. She's hauled down. No penalty coming on the play. Bit of a push and shove here. Down low. No call on that one either. Maddie McKay's got a little bit of space. Can she make good on this? Wrap around. Looking for help. Going to come right back to the blue line, so that goes for naught. Here's Jordan Mulvihill. That's going to hold the line. Down for Annabella Cosgrave. Trying to find McKay. McKay trying to steer around Gibbs. Off the boards. Longo. Right out in front, a shot in, and that's going to get gloved down quickly by Ava Zador. 13:50 remaining in the second period. Still 2-1 in favor of the Wildcats. Great action here in the second. Shots on goal now reading 15-12. Sharks closing the gap. Piper 7 to Dion. Dion looking for Stewart. Wildcats Longo taking over. They'll battle for it off the far side boards in front of the Barrie bench. It'll go back and forth. Swanson keeping up with her rival. Right behind the goal line. Longo trying to get it out in front. Longo has a seat. And Simone Swanson's going to pick up the puck. She'll take her time. Sending it down for Piper 7 as she comes through the middle. Over the line. Looking for a friendly stick out in front. Harbeck planting herself out in front, looking for a deflection. Got off on the wrong angle. Swanson's going to fire it through. That's deflected by a body into the corner. Back out in front for Stewart, but she can't turn around in time. Harbeck chasing after that puck. Can't get to it, and the Wildcats, Kate Veal is going to bring it down the near side and back into the Sharks' end. Trying to get around Dion. She puts up a fuss, so she doesn't get too far with that. The puck works its way all the way to the goal line, though. Elda Silva versus O'Connor. Goes to the far side. Houston coming in. Houston trying to find Bray in front. She'll take a half a lap. She'll leave it for Mulvihill. Mulvihill sending it back behind the goal line. Piper Seba now catching up with it on the other side. Keller trying to get rid of it fast. Quick passes. Putting it back in. Now all three of those goals came in the second half of the first period. And we're just to the 8-minute mark. That'll go the distance, and that will be a icing call against the Barrie Sharks. Play continues. Here's the door covering that up quickly as it came to her. Face off to the right of the door. It's going to be Sadie France. Looks like a net guard was loose here on Taya Wallace, so the referee takes care of that. Says you got to do that up. You can't be on the ice without it. Puck is down, and Brumwell's got it. She'll chip it past, chase after it.
The first intermission is still on.
Back to the far side as play continues here. McMullen coming in, sending it to the far side. Jones taking her time, writing it down, trying to get it past the line. In comes Taya Wallace, but they come in offside. Face off right in front of the Barrie bench. Won by the Wildcats. In comes Amiga, looking to feed it through the middle. Comes right through the crease. Zadora steers it to the other side. Bit of a trip up, but she managed to get the puck out. Sends it all the way down. Over the red line. Trying to feed it through the middle. Severn holding that puck down, and she's going to clear the zone, sending it through to Maddie McKay. Back out to the neutral zone for Annabella Cosgrave. And it's going to get stopped on the offside. Face off just on the outside of the Barrie Sharks end as play continues here in the second period, about reaching the halfway point. Sharks on goal are still reading 16-12, still in favor of the Wildcats. Back out to the blue line. Shot through, saved by Zadora, easy steer aside there by the paddle. She had to be careful though, but she did get it out of harm's way. Dion bringing that puck in. She'll drive past a couple of black sweaters. Sends it behind the net. Looking to put it out in front for Kate Stewart. Doesn't work. Here comes Houston with a head of steam through the middle. Got O'Connor on the left. Slows down, goes to the far side corner. They'll battle for it there. Two black. And a white. Simone Swanson comes in there. It was two white and two black, sorry. Didn't see Kate Stewart under there. Back to Mulvihill. Mulvihill making a turn. Harback nearly had a steal. She gets it now, but she's offside. Play continues here in the second period. Now 9:17 remaining. Have a stoppage in play here as it goes offside. Face off here to the right of Zador. McMullen to take the draw for the Wildcats. It's won by the Wildcats. Mulvihill holds the line, sends it back behind the net. Willard's going to chase after to see if she can't get it out. Sonia Meta coming on the near side, hands it off to De Silva. Big turn by Avery Jones as she tries to get the puck out to Gardner. De Silva centers it up. Keller couldn't turn around fast enough. Down the far side is Kylie Hollingsworth. Centers it up, and Zador's going to put a stop to that quickly. Face off to the left of Zador. Now past the halfway point of the second period. No scoring so far in this period. Quick pass up to Bromwell, but Bromwell can't find it on the other end. Sharks being pushed off. That puck is still moving around. Here's Kate Veal behind the net. Back at neutral zone for Cosgrave. Cosgrave to the far side. Bromwell re-entering the zone. She's got Sadie France with her. Can't hold the line. Sadie France does turn it around and put it back in play in the Wildcat end. Picked up by Kate Veal. Wildcats are going to clear it now, but they can't get past Sarmo. Yes, they do. Lorman couldn't hold the puck, and in come the Wildcats into the Sharks' end. Charette trying to hold off. Back to Cosgrave. Cosgrave looks, sends it forward. Right behind May Severn, so the Wildcats put it back. And Adriel Charette brings it forward quickly. Maddie McKay trying to find that puck. Sharks doing all they can to put it back in play in the Nepean end. Maddie McKay re-entering the zone. Shot in, saved by Ryu. Rebound is handled by the Wildcats, and they will clear the zone back out to neutral. Dion coming right back in. She's got McKay with her. She'll fire it in, and a save by Ryu. Face off to the right of Ryu. It's going to be Kate Stewart to take the draw. Again, no scoring happening in this second period. It's all 3 goals were in the first. It's been steady here. Shots on goal now reading 18-14. Sharks holding steady with the Wildcats. Pass out to Harbeck. She's going to take it for a skate. Trying to get around Kate Veal. Chips it past her. They come in onside, picked up by Avery Jones behind the net. To the far side for Bray. Bray sending it forward, but picked off by Kate Stewart. She does a turnaround. Bit of a puck deflect, and it lands right on a Wildcat stick. Back to Sonia Meta. Meta takes a turn. Down for Gabby Willard. Willard trying to pull it in, backhand, steered aside by Ryu. Keller following it up, sending it back behind the net. Keller trying to get it out in front, but she's being bothered there by Kate Veal right behind her. Quick shot in from the blue line. It's going to get picked up by Kate Veal in the Nepean defense. All the way down to Sador, and she's going to cover that up. Nope, she's going to leave it. Nope, she's going to cover it up. She thought. Play continues here to the right of Zador, and the B and Wildcats have it after the draw. Francis puts it through, but it hits Sadie France. It'll come back out to the neutral zone, back to Rio Francis. Bromwell finding that puck and backhands it, looking for Teo Wallace. In they come, looking for a shot in, saved by Ryu, loose puck. Charette trying to hold on, she'll backhand it down low. Lorman and Bromwell trying to hold on to that puck. The Wildcats do gather that though. Get it to the blue line, held on by Cosgrave. Bromwell putting it on play. Nepean's going to send it all the way down, and that should be icing. Yes, it is. That was a delayed whistle. Play continues here, the Nepean Wildcat end. Wildcats win the draw. Get it to the neutral zone, trying to get around Sam Lorman. Lorman poking it back the other way. Severn had it for a quick second. McMullen for the Wildcats had it. Severn trying to pull it into the slot off the far side boards. They'll battle for it down over there. Who the puck holder will be when it comes across. It's moving slightly behind the net now. McCabe trying to drive her way into it. Wildcats have it after that. Down the middle. Here's McMullen. They do come in onside. Shot in. Saved by Zador. She sends it to the near side. Back out to the neutral zone. Larman trying to poke it through. Wildcats turn it back the other way. Trip up by Avery Jones. No call on the play. In comes Maddie McKay. Norman behind her, but the Sharks can't hang on. Longo hold on to that puck, sends it to the far side. Down for the near side boards. Back to Sonia Meta. She'll set it up top for Simone Swanson. Swanson gets it to Harbeck, but right back onto Swanson. She re-enters the zone. Trying to fight for that puck, but Longo is giving her a problem lifting her stick while she's trying to hold on to that puck. Trip up there, and that's going to draw a penalty. It's going to be a tripping call against Kate Stewart, so the Wildcats will have a power play opportunity. Shots on goal now reading 20-16, so Sharks keeping pace, still keeping that 4-shot difference. Wildcats have the puck after the draw. To the point. Shot through, scores. On the power play, that fast. There's barely 9 seconds, and the Nepean Wildcats will take a 2-goal lead. Play continues here. 3 minutes to go now in the period. Kate Veal with the goal on that. It's her 10th goal of the season. She's hitting double digits in this contest. Now 3-1 for the Wildcats. Big collision behind the net. No hand up on that call either. Hollingsworth fires it through, misses on the far side. Big shot in, that misses on the far side post. A lot of bodies in front. Zador wouldn't have seen that. Battle for it in front of the net. Shot through and a glove down by Zador. Face off to the left of Zador. Down to Brumwell. Brumwell will get it out. Wallace trying to hold that puck into the zone, but they can't do it. Wildcats will clear the zone. Brumwell trying to turn it around. Dion to Brumwell. Sharks come right back in. Shot through and a glove down there by Ryu. Play continues here in the Nepean Wildcat end. Taya Wallace trying to put it out in front for Sadie France. Shot through. Puck sits there for a second. Wildcats find it though and get it out of harm's way. Sharks couldn't tap it in. Houston sending it through. Tipped aside by Zador. Easy enough. Battle for it in the near side board. Puts it to the other side. May Severin loses an edge as she exits the zone but stays with the puck. She'll dump it down into the corner. Oh, Ryu out of her net. My goodness. Trying to pull it off. Lorman trying to put it towards the net. Cosgrave holds the line. Down for O'Connor. O'Connor trying to lift it out of harm's way. It'll hit the blue line and out. Found by the Sharks, Adriel Charette. Trying to find McKay, but Nepean Wildcats put it back in play in the Sharks' end. Final 30 seconds here of the second period. Tip in. Loose puck. Zador tried to glove that down. Defense gets there and clears the puck. They come in onside as the Sharks try to drive the net for a final offensive here to end the second period. Shot through by McKay. That goes to the corner. Right there. Puck sits there. McKay looking for the backhand and can't find it. My goodness. All right. 3-1 Nepean Wildcats. Come on back to the third, folks.